Welcome to the show, guys. Happy Wednesday. Going to keep the content rolling here for you daily. Super excited. The draft is now done. So I'm laying out my 16-round draft solution, laying it all out, looking at the depth charts, and it is exciting. Okay. In this video, though, I've got count them, three wide receiver gems I absolutely love. Going to deep dive into these three wide receivers, tell you why I love them, dive into some statistics, some facts, and give you guys some analytics on why they are gems this year. And there are a ton of gems at wide receiver that I absolutely love. I'm going to actually trickle it in for you. I don't want to give you all the content in one video. So it's very important, guys, that you subscribe here to the #1 fantasy football podcast and turn on that bell, okay? Smash it, tap it, slap it. It really helps the channel, guys. Understand, I'm an independent here. I don't work for a network. I fund this on my own. I take the time out of my family, out of my family's day, like from my kids, time away from my family to do this for you guys and to deliver on a high level and actually give you guys advice that actually works. That's why I got into fantasies, because I got sick and tired of the way the copy and paste rankings were done. I want to do it better. So help support the channel, hit the thumbs up. That's all I ask, and turn on that bell. Really, really want to elevate the channel to the next level this year and make more people aware of it and give you guys the truth, okay? This is very important. Secondly, guys, grab the 16-round draft solution. I've linked it below. Sleepers, breakouts, everything laid out on a silver platter. Use code SMASH to save, and make sure you guys add the Fantasy Sports Summit. We're going to actually be hanging out with NFL players. It's going to be wild. Kyron Williams, Pat Frymuth, Trey Benson, the Sports Summit. I've linked it below. Okay, guys, combo them together. All right, let's dive into these three gems here, and feel free to comment at any time. I want to make this also interactive. Comment, smash it, tap that thumbs up, line mentality. Really, really want to crush it this year, guys, because I know fantasy is your passion. It's mine as well. That's why I do what I do, and I do it on a high level. It's because I want you guys to succeed. I want you to generally be light years ahead of your sheep in your leagues. All right, guys? So first gem here. Okay. Now, two of them are higher draft capital, guys. And as I'm doing mock drafts, I'm really realizing, guys, you can run it a couple ways. You can go a little heavier on the running backs and get a ton of value at wide receiver later, or you could go wide receiver early and still get a ton of value at running back later. It's such an interesting year when I'm looking at these mock drafts as I'm looking at ADPs. There's a ton of sleepers at running back and wide receiver that are absolutely going to take off, guys. Absolutely going to take off. I'm going to give you guys one right now that I absolutely love. He's great value right now, okay? So the first gem, though, I like is obvious, but let me tell you why I like him so much. The guy I'm talking about is Marvin Harrison Jr. He's my first gem. Let's dive into it. Currently sitting as wide receiver 9-10 in PPR amongst wide receivers, 15th overall. So you are looking at a second-round pick. Let's break it down here for you, okay? You're looking at a second-round pick in your fantasy drafts in a 12-person league, typically coming off mid-second round. I've been running some mock drafts. I'm able to get a running back round one, and then I'm able to come back and get myself Marvin Harrison Jr. mid-second round. Now, to put this in context for you in regards to how much volume he should get, Trey McBride had a real boost last year, and a big part of that is the backup quarterback had to rely on him, and he had, 106 targets, 81 receptions. Now, that's going to shift over to Marvin Harrison Jr., who was the first overall wide receiver picked in this draft. Arizona Cardinals picked him 4th overall. Now, here's what I love. Marquise Brown, who's had years to wow us, we're not wowed him, had 101 targets last year, guys. He's gone. Okay, they brought in Michael Wilson. So they have Michael Wilson. He had 58 targets. Rondell Moore 62. Sorry. So they had these guys there. That's what the distribution was. Now it's pretty much the Marvin Harrison show. That's it. But he is going to be the #1 target there. He's going to be fed. He's going to be the guy. So like I said, 101 targets to Marquise Brown, 58 to Michael Wilson. Rondell Moore had 62. He's no longer there. So there's tons of volume to be had. And they finally got a true wide receiver one. Now, Kyler Murray, the big question was, is Kyler Murray capable of making Marvin Harrison amazing? I went back to 2020, and DeAndre Hopkins actually finished as a top 4 wide receiver, okay, in fantasy and PPR amongst wide receivers. So I take a look at Marvin Harrison. I take a look at his talent. We're talking a guy, 6'3", 200 pounds, 203 pounds, amazing vertical, quick off the line, polished route runner, great in the red zone. This guy had 14 touchdowns. I'm looking at the stats here. 14 touchdowns the past 2 seasons in college and over 1,200 yards receiving both of those seasons. Having himself outstanding years the past couple of years in college. And again, very highly touted and promoted guy going into this draft, landing in a situation where he is the clear-cut wide receiver 1, where you are now in situations where, guys, listen, there's wide receivers by committees everywhere where you always look at situations and scenarios where it's like there's 3 wide receivers. Like in Green Bay, who's the wide receiver 1? Right? In Seattle, who's the wide receiver 1? You're getting such an amazing situation here where the soil is just nice and it's perfect, guys, for growth here. Marvin Harrison Jr. So tons of upside. I think he's an absolute gem this year. Is there a chance he could bust? Again, it's up to Kyler Murray. The guy hasn't finished past 3 seasons, hasn't been able to stay healthy. Kyler Murray should be good to go. And if that's the case, man, look out. Marvin Harrison Jr., amazing year, absolute gem, 2nd round. And the big thing is, like, would I rather have him over CeeDee Lamb? Yes, CeeDee Lamb is due for regression. Would I rather have him over a Tyreek Hill? Sure. I don't have to contend with Waddle, and I've got question marks with Tua, and they've got other options there. It just seems like he's just better than other options in round 1, even ahead of like guys like Devontae Adams. But he doesn't have a quarterback, right? So very, very compelling prospects here out of Ohio State. Marvin Harrison Jr., 2nd round pick, current ADP, good value, okay? Number 2, absolute gem I love. I'm actually giddy about this guy. I can't control my excitement, and I love him. And if this is making sense to you guys, I lay this all out in 16 rounds. It's going to help you with your dynasty because I tell you who the rookies are. Optimal players each round. This is the cheat code on how to win at fantasy football. Use code SMASH2SAVE, grab 16 rounds, and see you at the summit as well. It's a virtual summit, August 21st. If this is resonating with you, oh my God, this is making sense to me. Joe's speaking the truth. Get it below. Get 16 rounds. And I don't like rankings because that's basically drafting on copy and paste, right? You don't really want to draft on ADP, guys. You really want to draft on upside. You want to draft on optimal players in each round. You really want to draft on guys that are really primed to succeed, guys that are in a position to succeed, not just based on copy and paste from last year, okay? Very, very important. All right, so let's talk about it. The other guy that I absolutely love is Keon Coleman, okay? All right, now you say, well, Joe, why would I go for a guy who is, wide receiver 53 right now? Is he 53? 130 overall. Guys, listen, let me tell you why. The Bills drafted Keon Coleman because they're going to use him. They don't have a true wide receiver 1. Khalil Shakir has done pretty much nothing, okay? Diggs is gone. It frees up 160 targets. Gabe Davis, 81 targets freed up, 7 touchdowns. 8 touchdowns for Diggs. We're talking 15 touchdowns freed up, over 40 passing attempts are freed up, and in comes Keon Coleman, 6'4", 210 pounds, super athletic, out of Florida State, currently coming off in rounds 9 and 10 in mock drafts. And look for his ADP to rise, man. I'm telling you, this kid is special. And like I said, they don't have anybody else. Literally, guys, he is the man. I'm looking at this, man. Looking at the depth chart. Khalil Shakir, Curtis Samuel, years to wow us, we're not wowed. Guys, this is a special situation for Keon Coleman. Okay, this guy was drafted. Where was he drafted? I think he was the first pick in the 2nd round. Okay, so listen, the Bills knew what they were doing. This is the guy they wanted. Josh Allen absolutely loves him. And like I said, you are getting a guy that could potentially outperform what Stephon Diggs did, Stephon Diggs did the past couple years, right? And you're getting him in rounds 9 and 10. He's slotted in as the wide receiver 1. Now, Tim the Ball guy was saying, he's not, we don't know if he's going to perform well, how he's going to do. Dude, he's going to be the wide receiver 1. He was drafted in the 2nd round. He's going to be hanging out with Josh Allen. Josh Allen's going to be throwing the ball, right? So I'm absolutely all over this. I hope his ADP stays there. This is why I love drafting early. This is why I love drafting. The earlier I draft, the better I do. So the earlier I draft, dude, I'm going to be grabbing these guys for absolute value. Going to be crushing my leagues, okay? Love it. Love, love, love Keon Coleman, okay? All right, next guy here, okay? I've talked about him in my other videos. I think it was in the wide receiver gold video. I'm going to keep talking about him. I don't care. Drake London. This guy was a first-round pick a couple years ago. Drake London. He's never had a quarterback that could throw to him. Now, he's got Kirk Cousins. Now, Kirk Cousins is coming off an injury here, but let me put this in perspective on how much volume this guy can get, okay? Kirk Cousins, all right, back in 2022, gave 184, well, let's put it this way. He was number 4 in attempts, 643 attempts, okay? And 185 targets went to Jefferson, and 107 targets went to Thielen in 2022. To put that in perspective, now I'm not going to use last year's example because I think he only played like 8 games. So, guys, I want to emphasize the fact that Drake London finally has a good quarterback. And there's more. Not only does he have a good quarterback, they didn't draft a wide receiver. They got this guy named, I think it's Casey Washington, round 6. So he was really, literally untouched. And again, going back to that conversation that we're having about the wide receiver by committees, how much I absolutely dislike it. We are looking at a situation where Drake London is literally the guy. So again, you got to look at depth chart. You got to look at who's throwing the ball. And when you look at Keon Coleman and you're looking at Drake London, you're looking at guys that are in an absolutely great position to succeed based on quarterback opportunity depth chart. And I'm telling you guys, this is prime real estate. Now, you might not be able to get both these guys because they're both coming off in round 2, unless you go Drake London round one, which I think will have a great year, might be a reach. I actually like Drake London more than I like Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson doesn't have a quarterback, okay? All right, now you can say he does. He's got a rookie. It is what it is. But you never know. With Kirk Cousins, he's proven, he's established. He was 4th in passing attempts in a healthy year in 2022. Now they got Michael Penix as well. We don't know what he's going to do, but he's a nice backup. So Penix is very viable. He was a starter in college, top 4 quarterback coming out of this draft. So even if Cousins goes down, at least Drake London has a great backup who could throw him the ball and make him completely viable as well. So everything is working towards, barring any injury, God forbid, that Drake London is going to absolutely have an amazing season. Love, 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 okay? So Marvin Harrison Jr., Keon Coleman, and Drake London, great gems this year. And there's a ton of sleepers, a ton of rookies, late round steals, value at wide receiver that are going to finish top 10. If you want all the answers, grab 60 rounds. You can pre-order right now. Use code SMASH to save. And let me know in the comments what you guys think of these guys. There's a ton of guys, man. I'm telling you, I don't even want to get into one in this video. Got to keep the content trickling in for you guys. Listen, I appreciate you. Line mentality, smash a thumbs up. Let me know what you think. Turn on that bell. Grab 16 rounds. Hope you guys have an outstanding day and enjoyed this analysis here today. Guys, I am super excited about fantasy football, okay? I am absolutely pumped up. And I know you guys are too, because it's a great outlet. And it was for me. When I worked a 9-to-5, man, I was like, dude, I love fantasy football. I still do. Now I just do it for a living. And I know you guys are out there. I'm going to keep the content rolling for you guys, keep you guys entertained. Got some big surprises this year, including having these NFL athletes come on the show as well, June, July. It's going to be amazing, guys, all right? Grab a ticket to the summit, August 21st. Comfort of your home. Grab it below and grab 16 rounds. We'll talk soon. I appreciate you. I hope you have an outstanding hump day and Wednesday. We'll talk soon. I'm out.